Hello, sister friends. We're going to talk about Sister Wives episode 4 right now. It's an episode that's going to drive you crazy. As usual, let's go. It opens up with Mary talking to her friend Jen at Jen's bike store, and they're just going over Mary's dating life. We do find out that Mary did match with Ron, so they both chose each other. And since then, they've had a few phone conversations.
We have had a couple conversations. He's a really nice guy. That's what you get.
We also find out that Mary is dating a few other men. The only thing we know about any of them is that one lives in Colorado. That's it. So now we learned from Christine that she was on the dating apps. She also had a matchmaker. Now it's the dating apps that she met David on, because she was saying how he was just getting ready to get off of it. He saw that he had that match with her, so he went ahead and paid to re-up for a year to seek out that connection with Christine. With that information that everybody has, I find it interesting that when the producers went and talked to everybody about, would you go onto a dating app? Janelle saying, no, that's not my thing. No, I'm not going to. Mary saying, she'll try anything. Nothing's really working out. But she doesn't really have many other options in pair one. We have Christine, who said she didn't reiterate the fact she actually met her husband and love of her life on it. So she downplayed them and said the vast majority of people that are on them are swingers and open marriages. I don't think they're open marriages. I think they're guys who are saying they're in an open marriage because they want something on the side. That's my opinion. But we get to Kody and Robin, and as opposed to talking about whether they would do it, whether they would not do it, they make a point to put it down because they know Christine found David on a dating app. So they're now going to diss dating apps as a way of throwing a dig at Christine.
No, I can't even imagine dating through an app on a phone. That sounds so disconnected. Would you even find anybody who is very serious on there to date, or are they just trying to look for a hookup?
Going through an app, how do you get anything on the real essence of a person without meeting them, or you're reading a resume? I just don't know, man.
Maybe, just possibly, a dating app where you have to just text back and forth and really get to know somebody through writing first before you horn dog get attracted to one thing or another. It might possibly be what would have been best for Kody if he ever really truly wanted to meet somebody who could forget it. I was going to say it was like a good intellectual match for him, but I mean, a social emotional match to him. I mean, there's not many people out there like Kody. And really, it's me watching Special Forces and seeing him in the real world. It's like taking an animal and putting it in its natural habitat and seeing how it tries to interact after it's been in the zoo its whole life. That's what Kody is on Special Forces. So I have realized he's the most awkward, uncomfortable, socially inappropriate, and immature man-child out there.
Alrighty then.
And his wives have to just suffer through it. And that was the joy of polygamy. That's how he ended up married as long as he did to the three of them, because he wasn't around that much. How could you tolerate that man for, okay, I'm moving on. Next. So we have a clip at the very end of this whole segment of them going through the app and looking at the guys and deciding, okay, am I even slightly attracted to them?
Like
Very
the way
kind.
he does his hair. Like, it's a good look.
He has hair.
Now, there's a scene here, and call me naive if you will, but I honest and truly believe this was not planned. You can kind of tell they're over joking when they plan something and how clever they think they are. This I don't think is planned. Mary starts going and talking about long curly hair. Now, when she said long curly hair, I was expecting long hair and like wavy and all that. I wasn't picturing Kody Brown. And I think that's what she was thinking too at the time, just sort of the Jesus look, if you will. But she went on and kept talking about it. And Jen's eyes get really big, but she holds really still because I think she's so curious where Mary's going with it.
It's important that a guy knows what to do with his hair.
Like if it's like long and curly and whatever and you know what to do with it, great. But if you don't and it's just kind of bleh.
And when Mary finally realizes what she's saying, the fact she turned so much to the side and was giggling and laughing and covering her face, it wasn't an overt, it wasn't like, oh, I can't think of an example because it wasn't, I was trying to think of the painting night when there was the setup of the, did you know avocados come on trees? Like I thought that whole line was just planned ahead of time for people to react, but they didn't overreact. And I think they didn't overreact because they all knew it was all fake. All I can say is that the following scene is a genuine visceral reaction from Mary and from Jen.
Bleh. Oh my gosh. I wasn't even thinking. That's what made it so funny. I love you.
The next scene, unfortunately, we go to Flagstaff.
Do we have to?
It is Kody, Robin, and Cody's brother, Michael, I believe his name is, inside the house, and they're packing up to go. And apparently it's the last day, that must be the last day before the other people were going to move in, which doesn't even make sense because they have to clean it. Maybe it's the last day before the cleaners were going to come because it's like a freaking bomb went off. I don't know how. I understand moving. I understand how things are all over the place, but it's usually like piles of things. Like, okay, here's everything gets packed here. Here's everything. Here's everything that has to go to Goodwill. Here's everything that's trash. Here's everything that's going to go to the bedrooms. Here's the pile of stuff we still need to find boxes for. Like, it's that kind of mess. This was like they took 9/10 of most things around the house and then just left the rest. So there's like pencils and pens and paper and a piece of jewelry and a part of a chair and like just random stuff all over the place. I don't know how they had months to move. And they have movers because we heard that from Justin, and they still are not done. Kody is procrastinator extraordinaire. Hands down. All right, so now we're going to get treated to a scene of Kody hyped up. We're going to see his bunny teeth in the front, the 4 bunny teeth. Usually the bunnies have 2, but this bunny has 4. Looks like he has no other teeth. It's so bizarre. Honest to goodness. So he, I think, is proud of them. So he's trying to smile extra to show them off. And so in the simple thing of him saying, we found a house we liked, we had to sell ours, we sold ours, and now it's rush time and we need to pack up and go. Okay. Did you hear that sentence? Did you hear how normal it sounded? That was just off the cuff. We're going to hear Kody tell us the same information.
We bought a house. It was a contingent on this house selling. Oh, we've sold it. Now we just got to get out of the house. So it's just a big rush of packing and moving.
Really? All right, we have a scene where Janelle is concerned about the fact that Kody and Robin just bought a new house that she heard about through the grapevine. Nobody told her. Of course, Kody and Robin didn't call her and let her know. 0 communication. And Janelle's very concerned because she feels like, oh, the house has a much bigger mortgage than what he had on the other place. He's going to need cash. He might get extra greedy and not give us a quarter of the land apiece. It turned out that he did in the end.
It's like he might get like, well, I just get more money. I don't know. Like, I mean, that's what I do worry is not because I think he's going to need more cash. He's going to get a little greedy.
And then we cut to like one of the grossest scenes where Kody is just incredibly attracted to himself and his pheromones and his sweat and is just trying to get it in other people's faces and talk about it. And it's so unbelievable. And it's so classic football locker room talk that you would hear from teenagers. It's the man outdoes himself from episode to episode. He's so gross.
I can smell my own armpits, and it's gross. Why don't you come over here and smell my pheromones?
Oh, wow.
So Robin walks in from the other room and is also talking about Kody's smell.
Woo. Is that you? Is it just you that I'm smelling?
I think you're smelling
wow,
me.
very strong.
You like that?
Like the way I smell?
Wow.
It's probably so horrible because of the steroids that he's on.
Allegedly.
I'm always peacocking at her.
Over and over, we've heard on the show, every time after he gets out of the shower, he looks in the mirror and he flexes. Every time he wants to turn on Robin. Oh my God, nothing could be a bigger turn off. He comes out in a towel, flexes, and says, "Do you like that?" I'll tell you what, the one thing I don't like is the guy coming up to me saying, "Do you like that?" No. I don't care if it's this big or this big, and I mean the muscle. The answer is, it could be the muscle or it could be anything, quite frankly. If a man comes up pointing to any part of his body and saying, "Do you like that?" I'm grossed out. And the answer is no. Turn around. Be gone. Not hot.
Something I would never do with another woman.
Lie.
Lies. Lies. You not only did it with all the other women, but Robin on her honeymoon to the camera said, "It's true what all the other wives said. He likes to flex as soon as he gets out of the shower." He did it with all the OG3, and they told Robin, "Be prepared." He thinks it's hot. It's coming your way. Something I'd never do with another woman. I mean, the lies, even the tiniest little thing the man has to lie about.
We've been moving for months now. We haven't had a romantic getaway, an escape, time together.
We've been moving for months now. Let's just analyze this for a second. These are two people who do not leave and go to work for 40 hours a week. They're in the house together 24/7. They're actually working on a project together. The packing of the house took months, he said. Months. It's taking 'em months, and the house still looks like they're just beginning to move. They're so incompetent. The fact that the man thinks that he hasn't had any time with Robin, like he clearly has zero idea of what quality time is. Working on a project together is quality time. Whether you enjoy it or not, it's still quality time. Doing something with someone you love and working together in it is quality time. He has no clue what quality time is. He's all about things. It's all about what it's going to look like to somebody else. I can't tell people that I just spent the past 2 months without doing special dinners or a special trip or something. I can't tell them that I was just packing the house with Robin. It's not impressive. He is like a child who just has to have more toys, more toys, more toys. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Greedy, greedy, greedy. I am Kody. Kody Brown.
What's happened is we become battle buddies, not lovers. So I'm just flirting around here, just having some fun with it.
Wait. Robin had to spend 2 months with him without getting away from him. So they become battle buddies. Another way of saying they've been fighting. They've been fighting. And because they've been fighting, which is going to make filming awkward now, he's going to over-exaggerate, as one would do if they were Kody Brown. And now he's going to attempt to flirt. Because this whole pheromone, gross, muscly thing, he calls flirting. Oh, man. The man has no game. None.
Like making my stinky body something romantic. Hey, you smell those pheromones? It means you're digging on me. You like that stinky smell? Is there a stank on me that's making you go, ooh, that handsome man?
No. So bad. That whole section is so bad. I can't even. The fact he kept going on with it means he believes it in his head. And he's just smiling like a Cheshire cat. Because he really believes any woman would be attracted to his body, period. But his sweaty, smelly body? Are you joking, Kody Brown? Give me a break.
It's delusional.
Delusional does not even explain it. I'll have to get a thesaurus at some point and find another word that's stronger, because delusion doesn't even begin to cover where this man's brain is at this point. And the 4 bunny teeth don't help.
And she's like, why are you always peacocking? Because you're the one I'm interested
I'm
in.
not actually someone who goes for it either.
And that's an interesting comment, is it? I'm not actually somebody who goes for it either. I don't think anybody goes for it. This is Kody Brown, who is so socially unaware that he will continue, in his own words, to peacock in front of his wife. And she's like, don't like it. Stop it. She has a little bit more brains in her head than I thought. Or it's just the fact that she's never really been attracted to him. She's always been attracted to the money. So when he does something like that, it makes you want to go into convulsions. So she tells him, don't do it. I'm not into that. He keeps doing it because he believes in his head, in his delusional state, or whatever the word is that's stronger than that. She doesn't really mean it when she says she doesn't like it. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm hot. I'm Kody Brown. So hot with my sweaty body. So sick.
There was such a big family culture of no affection with Kody and wives in front of each other that when it came to anything public, I just would shy away from flirting with him. Now I'm having to kind of get comfortable with it.
Oh, Robin, that is the biggest lie I ever did hear. The biggest lie I ever did hear. You, out of your own mouth, along with all the other wives, said as soon as Robin came into the family, everybody was divided. You all had your own houses. You were never together. You never saw each other. At one point, it was like weeks since you saw the other person. So the fact that you couldn't show affection in front of the other wives means nothing. You were never in front of the other wives with Kody. The family unit crumbled when they got to Vegas, and then from crumbling just dissipated completely when they got to Flagstaff. This is a complete victimhood statement, pretending that she was suffering and stifling down all her emotions because she couldn't show them in front of the other wives. Therefore, she can't show it in public. No. She's embarrassed of this man.
Understandable.
And when he acts like that, even if it's in private, it's gross. That's the truth of the matter. It has nothing to do with whether you could show affection in front of another wife. And I have shown video clips in the past anyway, where we can see him kissing a wife in front of another wife multiple times. There's multiple different clips I've put out there. So it's lies. It's creating her own story, creating her own narrative. But guess what, Robin Brown? We're not buying it. We know better. You may have amnesia, but we don't. And we have the videotape footage to prove it. He's gross. You're disgusted by him. You don't want him to touch you. Just be honest. So how does Robin handle Kody? Like a child.
She don't like it.
Well, no, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I'm not going to give you attention when you're doing it. I'll give you attention when you're not doing it.
That's exactly what you teach your children when they're around 2 years old and they start the whole temper tantrum phase. You give them attention when they're doing the right thing. And when they're misbehaving, you ignore it and you don't give them the reward they want until they learn, when I calm myself down and I'm good, mommy's going to come back and give me a sucker. She treats him like a preschooler. Thanks for sharing, Robin. I've always said that his brain was that of about a middle schooler, but behavior-wise, I guess you got to go down to elementary school or maybe even before.
I think it's just going to take time for Robin to get used to this monogamy thing. And eventually it'll be where, listen, I want to be walking down the street with her someday, maybe in a shopping mall or something like that, and have her just slap my ass. That's when I know that she's comfortable with her and I.
Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Get another wife, Kody. Get another wife. That ain't Robin Brown. She ain't into you. Now, if that ass has got a wallet that's very thick, full of $1,000 bills, maybe she will. And then when her hand's on your ass, she'll just slip that wallet out. If you want your ass slapped, that's how you go about doing it with Robin Brown. This next segment is Peyton talking to Christine, and it touched me in a way I didn't expect it to. Peyton is planning on now moving to North Carolina. The more information we receive, the more I now realize how close Peyton and Garrison were. It wasn't until the burial site that I realized that Peyton had always planned on having Garrison be his best man in his wedding, that Garrison was his best friend. And that just leaves a hole that he's just trying to fill somehow. And so I think him going to Garrison's biological family with people who look like Garrison that are there. And he was really close with all of those kids anyway. They said back in Lehigh that he spent more time over on Janelle's side of the house than he spent on Christine's side of the house. And that's because all the boys were over there. All the girls were on Peyton's side. So he would go hang out with Janelle and all the boys over there.
Garrison was Peyton's best friend, and they joined the military together. So many parts of their life where they've been together and they've been a unit. They were frickin' frack when they were younger. That's what Kody called them, was frickin' frack. They've just been a unit. It's Peyton Garrison.
I did not know that they were referred to as frickin' frack. I didn't know that they were besties growing up. I didn't realize how close the bond was between them. I didn't realize the two of them joined the service in the military together. Ugh. And I think Peyton now kind of wants to pay homage to Garrison by joining the Guard in North Carolina if he can, because Garrison so desperately wanted to join it in Arizona and would have had he not passed.
Peyton is moving to North Carolina. It's actually rubbish. Why?
Christine cannot take it personally.
Janelle's lost a son and I lost a best friend.
Yeah.
And I really want to be close to her. I really want to be close to Maddie's kids. I really want to be close to Maddie because I just lost a huge chunk of me and it's not here. I'm trying to find something that isn't here.
I just think it's good for Peyton to go to the East Coast and start fresh and let Maddie guide him. Guide him in his life venture and his love ventures. Keep him on the straight and narrow.
And so I've got Peyton, who is so close to Janelle. She's someone that I trust. I trust her influence on Peyton. So it feels like sometimes I feel like a crappy mom because they're not choosing to live next to me. Sometimes I feel like Janelle's a better mom because they're choosing to live next to her.
That's not true at all. I understand she's saying sometimes I feel like this. She was never a crappy mom to them. She did the best she could with as limited resources as she had and the vast number of kids. She did a good job. She did a better job than I could do in that circumstance. I would have lost it. Sometimes when you're a really good mom, you raise some really strong, independent, self-confident kids that don't have a hard time branching out and seeing the world.
You know how Maddie knows me pretty well?
Yeah.
One of her arguments was, you can be here with us. It'll be me and Caleb and Savannah and my mom. And it'll also be my kids. And there's Christian girls here that I go to church with.
She's such a jerk.
I love that family is calling him there. Listen, Peyton was a kid that everybody picked on growing up. Peyton was a kid that Kody shunned, essentially. He didn't connect with them. Peyton didn't play sports, so Kody didn't care for him. Peyton was also one of Christine's kids. Kody liked Janelle's kids. I always think of Peyton growing up he grew up so fast and so quick that he was like this weird young boy in this body that was growing so big. And it reminds me of like Freaky Friday or Mork from Ork or something, that like you get put into a body that's like big and huge. And then people like, you should play sports. And he's like, I don't even know how to go upstairs. So it was how Peyton always struck me as he was growing up, because he was just getting so big so fast. I don't know. Peyton's made mistakes in his life, but he's also apologized and asked for forgiveness for mistakes that he's made. And I just feel like I worry about him. I worry about him because as somebody pointed out, maybe Maddie's concerned that Peyton is going to go down the same road that Garrison did. So to have the calmness of a Janelle, Maddie, and Caleb in his life, I think will do wonders for him. Plus, they're very cerebral over there. So they'll really help him, guide him, and get him on the right path. I just think it's a good thing for everybody. I know Christine understands it too. She just doesn't want it. And I get that. Peyton reminds me of like a St. Bernard. Just like this big fluffy puppy dog. Or some kind of, what kind of bear was it in the live stream? I said it kind of reminds me of like a bear, like a teddy bear, but not really, because it's like too soft and like he could be Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, I'm all for the move. I think it's going to be good. All right, we're moving on now. So now we're in Parowan, Utah.
Well, the first hanging out, I'm hanging out with Mary. It wasn't really a date, I didn't feel. We were just hanging out with a bunch of peers. And I flirt with her a lot.
Okay, so we just saw earlier, 45 years later, Kody's attempt at flirting, what he calls flirting with Robin, and how gross and disgusting and awful it was. How it was a 180 from what flirting really is.
It was just I guess I had that part of life down. I could flirt.
No, Mary admitted it herself. She came out and said, I had to marry somebody within our culture. Looking outside the culture wasn't an option. So you were the best thing at the time for the age range that you were. Okay, I'll take him.
Meeting Mary's mom and dad were like clinchers into this relationship. There was an attraction there to this experience, this family.
Experience.
I don't doubt that there is still goodness in Kody. I just haven't seen it for a really long time, directed at me. I think there's something he's trying to cover up.
What you trying to say, Mary?
Or something. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say.
What's he trying to cover up? Mary goes on to say she just wants to be with the man who brings good energy and doesn't drain you. The opposite of Kody. First of all, I have to say this area where Christine and David live is absolutely gorgeous. I will put a screenshot. I don't have a camera here, but I'll take a picture later and get a screenshot of what I'm looking at right now on the screen. And it's just pretty, pretty, pretty. They got these walking paths that go around with mountains in the background. It's beautiful. Also, yes, I do like Christine's jacket. Somebody in the live stream said, didn't you love Christine's jacket when she went on the walk with David? I'm like, I didn't pay attention, but I'm looking at it right now and I like it a lot. And finally, what they're talking about is her calling herself a bad mom again, because all the kids are picking Janelle.
One of the times when we were talking about moving, she's like, and I have all the grandkids living with me, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking inside, you need to shut up right now. That was the moment where I felt like slapping her. How could she say that? She gets all the grandkids now.
And then she talks about how Janelle was talking to her the other day, and she's like, I've got all the grandkids here now. I honestly believe that was not Janelle trying to be mean or push it in Christine's face at all. It's just not who Janelle is. Even as a joke, it's really not Janelle. I mean, maybe as a joke, sort of, possibly if Christine is joking with her first about I can't believe people are moving. I can't believe, if she started that maybe Janelle played along into it. But it's just not Janelle's nature. I think Janelle will feel bad when she sees the show and sees the couch interviews and sees how hurt Christine was that Janelle actually said that. And it's really, I don't think she's really mad at Janelle either. She's just hurt herself based on the whole situation. And Janelle just reminded her of it. And that's it. Somebody did ask in our live chat, do you think that they're not getting along anymore? I don't think so. I think they're still getting along. I think that was just Janelle being honest about her excitement of having all the grandkids there. And I think that was Christine just being honest about how sad she is that the grandkids aren't by her. So we're back at Flagstaff at the house, and Kody's brother says to him, why do all this? It's not necessary. You guys have a great house. If you just got rid of 90% of the crap in here, you have more than enough space. You don't need to buy another house. Why?
Here's to a new house.
Yeah. By the way, why all of this?
Why move?
Yeah, why?
Why move?
And that's pain oriented. That's just from pain.
Right.
That's just something to do with trauma, emotional trauma. And that was right when Robin finally had sort of an epiphany where she just went, I'm done with Coyote Pass.
It took 2 years. Can we call it an epiphany if it took 2 years to get there? Or can we just say it was a painful journey to finally have her realize what's going on?
Robin struggled with the whole thing. I mean, she married me under the premise of plural marriage with the expectation of plural marriage. And when the other wives left, I wondered if my value to her was diminished. I mean, I'm still wondering.
Because we don't communicate. And I'm the world's worst communicator. So I'll continue to wonder. But I won't ask questions.
This was not the life that I expected and not the life that I planned for myself.
Oh, here she goes. Lord, give me the patience.
And while I love Kody, I did not ever intend or expect or want to have him to myself. I always wanted to live plural marriage.
Is that on loop with TLC? Can she say that one more time? Is she not even driving herself crazy to hear herself say those words again and again and again and again? It's maddening. Okay, so right here, Michael insults Kody and says, so growing up, you were the coolest polygamist that I knew. And now you're not.
I mean, I remember growing up, you were the coolest polygamist I knew, right? And then now you're not.
So good. So Cody's trying to diminish it and just go, well, I'm not a polygamist. So yeah, I mean, I might be the coolest one still if I were a polygamist, but I'm not a polygamist anymore. So yeah. And you just don't understand, son.
Now you're not.
It's not a polygamist at all.
Right?
Because there's a reality of struggle in polygamy
Yeah.
that you don't understand unless you're in it.
Until you walk a mile in my shoes, you won't get it.
Plural marriage is so hard.
Oh, shut up. He had it so good. It was ridiculous. You know what's hard? His life right now. He's got to pick up a finger and do some work now. And he's got a wife that's none too happy because she has 1/4 the amount of money she was getting before. And she has Kody around 100% of the time instead of 1/4 of the time. Oh, her life is miserable. Miserable wife, miserable life. But we get treated to more Kody acting. Sister friends, we are halfway through the video and I am so glad that you are here watching this video. If you could take 1 second, hit the like button, hit the bell, leave me a comment. It all helps the algorithm and that helps support my channel. Another free way to support the channel is to click on one of the Amazon links that you see down below before you do your personal Amazon shopping. Going through my link benefits my channel. I appreciate you. Now let's get back to the review. Kody Drama College. Here we go.
Plural marriage is so hard. We're like faking through it. I'm so happy, and it was just a struggle.
Why did when he had to act like he was happy that he had to act like a girl? I just want to know.
And there's an irony here because Christine told me 15 years ago she hated polygamy. I just didn't know what to do with it. It was a shock to me. I just sort of like shook it off and in a sense ignored it.
That's great communication. Way to be a leader, Kody. Patriarch, head of your family. Just ignored it. That's how he handles everything. That's why his life is the way it is right now.
When Christine is leaving and I'm angry, it made me feel like a victim. It was extremely aggressive.
It's going to get old if we have to keep going over this over and over again. Kody has come out and said Christine has wanted to leave since she was in Vegas. He's been hearing from the kids for years that she's wanted to get out. And then she's trying to mend it with him. And he tells her, we are never going to be intimate again. You can stay and continue to work and contribute to the family fund. But we're not really having marital relations of any kind. We're not really in a marriage, but you can stay. So then she tells him she's going to leave. And he doesn't respond to her. So she packs up his stuff because he doesn't show up for 2 weeks. And she puts it in the garage so that when he eventually does come back, he has his stuff to take. And he continues to claim he was shocked. It was sudden. It was abrupt.
He's a damn fool.
Either he's the dumbest guy in the world or he's such a liar. I can't figure it out. Both are very frustrating, though. So Christine has now been gone for 3 years. A good 3 years, maybe more. Years have gone by. How does Kody feel about her?
I will, like now I can't even talk to her. I still can't talk to her. I still don't want to say her name. I want to forget she existed.
This man has issues, serious issues.
He's an evil shit.
He can't help but to live in the past. He keeps dredging it up and dredging it up. It's just ridiculously maddening. It accomplishes nothing. It just makes him more and more angry. It then makes the family upset. He's a mess. He's a mess. He claims he's in therapy. There's no way this man is receiving therapy. Or he's going to some sort of quack psychologist. Probably is, because he doesn't want to pay for anything. So just like the teeth, he found obviously the cheapest dentist who got his degree from the Cayman Islands that came and is doing practically free dental work to try to get a business going. We see that with the hoodwinked bunny teeth. He looks just like the character in Hoodwinked. Has anyone seen the movie Hoodwinked? It was a family favorite in our house. I'm going to put clips here on forward. Every time I mention Timu Teeth, I'm going to show the clip of the rabbit from Hoodwinked. I can't remember his name. He had an interesting name. It's okay. We'll still call him Timu Teeth. I like Timu Teeth. And this is where the line came in, where he's so frustrated with her and then tells Michael, but I have to interact with her kids. And Michael sets him straight. Thank you, Michael. Guardian angel Michael, sent from above. The voice of reason, straight from God.
And yet I've got to interact with her kids.
Her kids, your kids too.
Yeah. Our
Like
kids.
your kids.
We've got, so I want to interact with our kids, but I...
I want to interact with our kids. That's what I want to do. Yeah. He knows he screwed up.
I want to interact with our kids, but I got so bitter with everything, with how it all went down. I want to move off of that.
So I want to interact with our kids, but I got so bitter about how everything went with Christine that I just want to move off of that. Off of that. That references in that sentence the kids. I want a relationship with the kids, but I was so bitter at Christine that I want to get off of that. Unless he means he wants to get off of that makes no sense. Like the sentence grammatically makes absolutely no sense. It should be referencing the kids. Maybe he's talking about Christine. Oh my gosh, this man's language is insane. Insane. Words, no meaning. And then he goes back to the same mantra that he said 2 years ago on the show. He's hashing that back up from 2 years ago and saying,
she's found her soulmate. She is happy as can be, and I want her to be in that space. But if she's really happy, then she really needs to get over whatever happened with us and be able to be cool about it all.
She never mentions you, Kody. She never thinks about you, Kody. I know you think she's still thinking about you, but she's not. She's in love. She's moved on. She's starting businesses. She's in another state. She doesn't think about you. Stop saying she does. Just because you say it doesn't make it true. Christine is cool about it all. Christine is encouraging her kids to have a relationship with this douche. She is a better woman than I. There is zero proof out there that she's not over what happened between the two of them. Zero. There's a lot of proof that Kody's not over it, though. We're looking at it here right now. But let's go one better. So Kody's so mad. This is called projecting. This is what's happening here. Because clearly we all know that Christine's moved on. She could care less about him. She doesn't think about him. She's over Kody in a major way and has been for years. But he keeps saying she needs to get over. This is projecting. Because now he's going to go on to admit what he thinks.
Which is still hypocritical of me. I recognize it because I'm happy with Robin. But Robin and I are still bitter about the failure of this experience.
Twink.
It's a lonely world. And I don't really know quite why Robin is still holding on to it in a sense.
Because it wasn't lonely for her. It was good for her. You weren't around all the time. And she got money from 3 other women who were actually working when she was not working. So she either needs to figure out how to get a job or live on substantially less money than she's used to receiving. Because they dipped into that family pot like it was their own personal fund. I know it. I'm just waiting for Janelle to come out with the receipts. Oh, please. Season 21. Here we go.
I do not miss the drama of kind of that insecurity.
So you see, just to be clear, this is Kody's way of taking no responsibility for the breakup of the family and for the leaving of the 3 wives. Because according to Kody, the drama that was his life of polygamy came not from him being an inadequate leader or for his inability to show love to all the wives or the inability to treat everybody equally. No, all the drama came from insecurity of the OG3. They weren't so insecure. This would have all worked out. I don't need that kind of drama anymore. I'm Kody Brown. Palette cleanser. We are moving to North Carolina, where everybody's getting together for Christmas. There's Savannah, there's Maddie and Caleb and the 2 kids, 3 kids. I think they have 3 kids at that point. There's Janelle, Peyton, McKelty, and Tony's probably off with their kids. The oldest daughter was there. Avalon was there. So Tony's probably with the twins. So they were 9, but there'll be 12 altogether, adding Tony and the twins. It's sweet and it's fun. Grandkids are interacting with all the aunts and uncles. Peyton's got one on his shoulder. It's just sweet. The whole thing's sweet. They're going onto the farm and they cut down a tree exactly like a larger version of a very skimpy Charlie Brown Christmas tree, which kind of makes it extra special because, you know, a Charlie Brown Christmas. I make my kids watch it every Christmas. Every Christmas, everybody has to sit down and watch a Charlie Brown Christmas. Janelle goes on to share that she's a little bit frustrated right now because they have permits after permits after permits after permits on the land, and this one's waiting on that person, and that one's waiting on this person. They're trying to rush things through, but it's not getting rushed through, and she's very frustrated. At the same time, Coyote Pass is sitting there, and she's trying to push on that and get Kody to move on that, and it's just sitting there too. So she's living in limbo with lots of land across America on both coasts. Not able to develop anything anywhere on either one. That would be frustrating. So we get the story from Kody about a time when he and Mary first got married and they were going to cut a tree down. They took the truck out there to gather up this tree. And as he starts to cut it down, Mary says, "No, I don't think that's a good idea. It's going to fall on the truck." And he's like, "No, it's not going to fall on the truck." She's like, "I think it's going to fall on the truck." "No, I'm Kody Brown. I know better. It's not going to fall on the truck." Well, you can probably figure out the end of the story.
So I cut it down, it falls on the truck.
It was so funny. So funny. Now let's watch Caleb cut a tree down.
This is the tree, right?
Yeah, chop it this way, please.
You might notice it falls exactly where he said it was going to. Who's the smarter one? Kody.
Dude, I got to tell you, this is the craziest thing. I had an epiphany just a little while ago. Dad, our father.
Kody speaks like he's teaching a kindergarten class. Dad, that would be our father. In case you're confused, Michael. Not everybody's as dumb as you, Kody. You don't have to speak like everybody's an idiot. So we have always said that we believe Kody is living the life to try to be his dad or even maybe be better than his dad. Like, I think he strives to be who his dad is. Now, in this conversation that Kody's having with Michael, Michael points out Dad went to his grave with 3 wives that loved him. Kody's reaction is like, it's like a visceral reaction inside of him.
Now you bring up Dad. I mean, maybe I held on to plural marriage for a while because of Dad too. I mean, he went to his grave with
3 what?
3 women that were madly in love with him.
Dad's not the failure that you are, Kody, is what Michael just said. He's got some zingers in his very subtle, quiet way. I love Michael. And then Michael points out, Dad, with all his faults, he wasn't the kindest, nicest man in the world.
With all of his faults, How the hell did that happen?
Dude,
And yet he managed to go to the grave, still with his original 3 wives, and they all loved him at the time.
I think it's okay. Let's just think of this. And I'm not being sexist, okay?
Okay. All right. How many I wish I would have a video clip of every time Kody begins a sentence with, I'm not trying to be sexist here, but he just did it on the Special Forces show. He just did it a couple episodes ago. In the interview, he goes, I'm not trying to be sexist, but anytime you begin a sentence like that, Kody, you're about to be sexist or say something really dumb. This is one of those times you should be editing and saying just one sentence at a time and then thinking about it. And then think about the words of the next sentence before it comes out of your mouth. He can't do it. Spewing out words here. Wait till you hear what he has to say. He's going to really diminish and insult his mother and those other 2 wives here. Watch.
Don't you think Dad had some kind of attraction because he was just, he was angry and he was mean, but he was also extremely masculine, macho, and he was a cowboy. And that guy in the rain with a cowboy hat on, leading a horse, women were going hubba hubba.
No. Oh my God, Kody. Oh my God. This is a peek into the window of his soul and itty bitty brain right here. He thinks women are just so dumb. And they just see a man on a horse and think hubba hubba. Seriously. He honestly believes 3 women loved him his entire life only because he was masculine, macho, a cowboy, and rode a horse. Don't you think? Don't you think that's why they stayed with him, Because he was a real man. The man I'm really working hard to be and prove to everybody I am. Masculine, macho, cowboy, horse rider. That's me. Listen, and I can cut down trees too. The man. If I just keep saying it enough, do you like this? Look at me. I'm so macho. Then it might all just be true. Oh, interesting. So he goes on to quantify his story here in another interview. And he says, Janelle's mom told me the story of how she fell in love. He admitted those were the words she used. How she fell in love with my dad. And what does he say?
She thinks it was love, and I think it was just raw attraction. She saw a 53-year-old man busting his ass, and it turned her on. And I'm not trying to be crass. Well, I'm not trying to be crass. I just am. I just can't help it. I'm not trying. It's just who I am. I'm not trying to be crass. That was raw attraction.
Completely diminishes Janelle's mom, completely cuts her down, turns her into a simpleton, heartless, soulless, just animalistic woman who liked his dad just because of his appearance. Kody's a pig. And when Janelle sees this, whoo, the rage. Unbelievable. To insult his mother and now to pick out Janelle's mom and insult her like this, he's the worst. For him to just lie and say it was just raw attraction. Kody's a horrible, horrible man.
I don't know what it is. I'm telling you, because I hit an age where I just don't think they were into me anymore.
Kody, to this day, claims he still can't figure it out. He still takes 0 responsibility, and he still can't figure out why those 3 women left him. They're just not attracted to me anymore. He thinks that's the only reason they were with him, that they were attracted to him. He was better looking when he was a kid. He's gotten really rough. It's pretty bad right now. But when he was in his 20s and late teens, he was a good-looking kid. But nobody's going to leave you because you're not attractive anymore. It's what's in here that's not attractive anymore, Kody. Oh, this is so dumb. Moving on. But I am so grateful to TLC to let Janelle have the final word. So she gets to explain it's not polygamy that's the problem, Kody. It's you.
I have seen families that can do it, and it just really depends on the man's character. The one that we all sort of know really well is Joe Darker.
So Janelle goes on to give kudos to Joe Darker, the one person who we know. He's been on the show a couple times. They wrote a book. Rumor is that the show Big Love is also kind of loosely based off of their family, as well as another one, not the Browns. She said, it can work. Kind of takes a special kind of guy, I think, but I guess according to Janelle, it can work.
And he has done such a good job managing his relationships with his wives. Yeah, that's where Kody failed, I feel like.
You have failed me for the last time.
Joe had a really decent beginning of success, I think.
So the producers present the concept of Joe and his family to Kody. Like, Kody, what's your reaction to the fact you keep saying polygamy doesn't work, but yet let's look at Joe Darger and his family. What about that?
Explain yourself.
Joe had a really decent beginning of success, I think.
Interesting that he starts off saying, Joe had a good beginning, as if to imply things went downhill. Things haven't gone downhill. Joe's still married to all 3 wives, and they still love him. But Kody's trying to rework and twist the story around to make Joe look not so good. Because if Joe looks good, Kody looks bad. So how can we bring Joe down? Well, let's just start off by saying, he had a good beginning. What else does Kody have to say?
Because his wives were all culturally homogenous. They were related.
Oh, it wasn't what Joe did. It wasn't that Joe was a great man. He got homogenous wives. Same blood. Too much. Because they shared the same blood, they were from the same family, 2 of the 3 of them. That's why his marriage worked. That's the problem. It's not me. Kody Brown would have married triplets. My family would be successful. Homogenous. It's not that Joe was better than me. No. Kody Brown. And then, so good. Thank you, TLC, for getting another point of view. Christine gets to come in and explain why she thinks Joe Darger's family was successful and their family wasn't. It's very good.
There's architects and there's firemen. Architect, you have a plan, you have a master plan. You don't deviate from that, but you have a plan. And then there's firemen who are just constantly putting out fires and rescuing and putting out fires and stuff. And Kody was a fireman and Joe was an architect.
Such a great final punchline. So good. Oh, wait, we're going to go back and let Kody say something else.
Oh, dear Lord, please make it stop.
And I think what happened with us was I felt like I was devoted to our family and to plural marriage, but then I struggled to be devoted specifically to every single wife.
Say you missed the boat, Kody. You can't use it as an excuse. That makes you look even more dumb. You're just pointing out that you have no ability to be a man in plural marriage, that you can't do it. So all that means is he could collect wives. Yeah? Yay. Can't love them, can't nurture them, can't lead your family. That's the one that hurts him the most. I love to throw leader in there because he really thinks he's a leader. That's the one that's going to sting the most. He could care less if I say he doesn't love his wives, or he can't nurture his wives, or he can't care for his wives.
Here's the truth.
He couldn't financially provide, and he couldn't lead his family.
He's completely inept, right?
And vice versa. I don't think the wives were devoted to me or to each other as a whole.
Well, you're wrong. They were dedicated to you, 100%. And they were dedicated to each other as a whole because they saw the big picture. Just like you did, Kody. They may not have individually each loved each other, but they got along for the family and for polygamy. And they loved you. So, they one-upped ya. Sorry, man.
Hey, this is the last time in the house. You guys feel funny about it? Hey, you guys, are you all right now that we're leaving? Are you sad, Brianna?
I don't know how I feel.
Really?
Kids have nothing to say. Silence. You know probably why? Because Kody made this decision singularly. He did not consult all his kids. What do you think about moving? How do you feel about it? And he didn't consult them. He's got no respect for children. He's got no respect for women. But he is in love with Robin. So he manipulated her enough and got her a big enough house that she's willing to say, okay, yeah, let's go. But the kids are all like, okay, whatever. I think for the kids, this house is the memories of the whole family. And by leaving it, it's hard for them. They're emotionally attached to it. They are sentimental. Kody's not sentimental. He literally wants to cut off the house and get out of the house because of the memories in it, whereas they see it differently. To them, it's like that chance that maybe the whole family will get back together again. Kody's like, nope, cut it off. Moving on. New house. Big house. I'm Kody Brown.
I'm just shaking off the remorse. Just shaking it off every Christmas, every holiday, every birthday, everything. It feels like this sort of poison in me all the time, just this loss of this. So I'm like going, no, let's get over there. Like we're finally going to get Thanksgiving and a Christmas where I'm not poisoned by the memory of the past ruining my present.
One of the saddest lines I've ever heard spoken from somebody else. We're going to go start new in a new location where I'm not going to be poisoned by the memories of the rest of the family. No words.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know what went wrong.
Jiminy Christmas, how many times can you say you don't know what went wrong? Why do they let him keep saying that? Can't they follow up and say, how do you not know, Kody? How do you not know? You treated your wives and your children poorly. That's what happened. You couldn't treat your wives equally. That's what happened. You only loved one of the four. That's what happened. Wait, he goes on. He thinks he's figured it out. Let's watch Kody take responsibility for everything he's done wrong. Here we go.
But I know that I stirred up a jealousy.
Jealousy. That's what led to the end of the family. Yep, family would still be together if those wives could just get it together. Stop being jealous of Robin. So what if I give her a house that's double the square footage of everyone else's? So what if I give her all of my money that I get from the family fund and take some extra money out and give it to her? So what if I give her all my time? So what if I do for her and not you? Grow up, OG3. Stop being so jealous. That's what led to the end of my family. Kody Brown. She's a kept woman. His own words.
Oh, I'm just tired.
Look at the smiles on their faces as they're moving off to the new opulent castle on the other side of town.
But I am kind of emotional about leaving.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Thank you, Father in heaven, for our blessings, and thank you for this experience.
Wink.
As we finish this part of our journey.
Smiles all around.
All right.
Joy, joy, joy.
I kind of did my own goodbye by myself. Because it's one of the last places that we were all there as a family.
For you. The whole family was together at Christine's wedding. That's it for episode 4. Thank you for sticking it out to the very end. I appreciate you. I love you, sister friend. Take care. God bless. Adios, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.